tough. They're going to be after him, but that offense in its second year under their new offensive coordinator should be throwing the ball a lot tonight. I think you go Ryan by hair there.
Joe Wheeler wants to know Nelson Aguilar or Josh Gordon, who to start.
Yeah, another one where you just kind of got to go with the safer option, especially in PPR format. Aguilar probably going to get a lot of targets tonight in that short passing game, so I think you go there.
Burkhead or Coleman, who to start?
I like Burkhead. They're going to, he didn't play all preseason, but
started.
That New England offense, especially with that Edelman, they're going to be doing a lot of short passes to their running backs. The guys like James White, really like, and Rex Burkhead should see enough on the ground and through the air to be a nice play.
Got time for a few more. Who to start, Matt Stafford or Tom Brady?
Got to go Brady. That's going to be a shootout there. Was last year. The Texans obviously have a pretty good defense, but this is Tom Brady we're talking about. Yeah. Even without Edelman, he should be fine.
Watson, Mahomes, or Luck, who to start?
We talked about Luck being able to throw the ball a ton, but Watson just has way too much upside, especially against the Patriots. I think that's going to be a shootout. I would go with Watson there.
One more, Matt Ryan or Alex Smith, who to start?
I think Matt Ryan's the play. Again, we talked about that South Philly defense, but it's going to be a fun opening night tonight. Lots of fireworks, both on and off the field. So I think you go Matt Ryan there.
He is Darren Tietgen. Who2start.net. It's the numeral 2. Who2start.net. Get personalized fantasy football advice. Win your league. Get online and check him out. And Darren will be with us every Thursday. Thanks for the time, dude. Appreciate you.
Glad to be back. Thanks.
Our pleasure. We'll see you next week. It is after further review. We'll see Mike Detillier when we come back on a Thursday AFR, presented by Mike Ward's Liberty Safes, for the tax-free weekend is happening this weekend at Mike Ward's. Glad to tell you about South Point Volkswagen and SouthPointVW.com. New and certified pre-owned in Baton Rouge and online at SouthPointVW.com. Get on by and see our friends over at South Point Volkswagen, or get online to SouthPointVW.com. I love telling you about their 9 different IIHS top safety picks. That really, in my opinion, is what sets the Volkswagen line apart. Because when you climb inside of a Volkswagen, like I do, I put my son in his car seat inside of a Volkswagen, I know I'm driving one of the safest vehicles on the road. That peace of mind is enough for me. But when you go along with style, engineering, it's manufactured right here in the good old US of A, and you got great deals like a 2019 Volkswagen Jetta, a 1.4 TS for $18,495. You better believe I'm all over it. South Point Volkswagen or SouthPointVW.com.
Listen, the IRS doesn't stay in business by forgiving tax debts, but it does offer perfectly legal strategies to solve and maybe even reduce your tax bill. Hi, I'm attorney Kerry Bryson with the Bryson Law Firm in Baton Rouge. We always say IRS issues are legal issues because they're laws that allow the IRS to wreak havoc on your life. But the Bryson Law Firm can take control and help stop the IRS from destroying your life. Like recently, we were hired to help.
This is week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, the Saints were this close to an NFC Championship appearance a year ago. How will they respond?
It ain't last year no more. Forget about that shit.
Against the visiting Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'll be back at halftime with a look around the early games. Let's get you over to New Orleans.
Divisional game.
Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
First opened back in 1975. There's a look
Home
inside
Patrol.
the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome.
That.
This is what it looked like just a moment ago.
This is what it looked like.
Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do.
Oh, you dropping the ball already?
Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. Charles, you look at this Saints team as they interplay, and I don't think from what we saw down on the field before the game, there's any doubt they're ready to roll.
They passed the eye
Need
test.
some new jerseys.
This team looks fired up and ready to play.
On the other side of the field for the
Go back to
visiting
Tampa
Bucs,
with that.
an early season tilt, and when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't
Either
really
quarterback.
set in yet, and both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
Kick it off.
No more training camp, no more exhibitions. The 2018 NFL season on EA
Five from the
Sports
boot.
is underway. And here's Lewis.
The football straight off his boot.
Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're brought out by a man who needs very little introduction in his 18th year in the NFL, future Hall of Famer Drew Brees.
Year number 18.
And to say that he knows every bit of the New Orleans offensive playbook.
Not one single snap of Drew Brees is taken for granted this year.
He makes everything go with that
Not one.
offense. It makes everyone around him better. Every time he takes a snap, there's a potential for a big play and a touchdown.
Kill, 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 kill.
Brees now on first down.
Boys.
And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Thomas, the intended target. That'll bring up second down. Let's get a quick look at the Saints offense.
And running back Mark Ingram is coming into his own as a runner in the NFL. Over 1,000 yards each the last 2 seasons. And now he's teaming with Alvin Kamara in a backfield where both of them can run the football effectively and both of them can catch it out of the backfield as well.
Hey, 4 down. Ready. Yellow waiting.
Back to the air on second down. It's Brees. And it's hauled in by Ben Watson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. And give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. On first down, Brees. Thomas has got it, complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Again, it's Brees. Completes this one to Meredith.
The former Bear.
Taken down, but not before he gets
Championship in 8 under 62, his best round of the year. Right now he's tied for the lead with Rory McIlroy, who's still on the golf course. It's women's semifinal night at the U.S. Open.
This kind of a start. I think this is part of where scripting comes in. We always hear about the scripting of plays, how they're going to be called. Everyone dress rehearses
First catch in
their
the
script,
Superdome.
and right now they're following it to a T.
And for that opening drive, so part of the script still to come, right, partner?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got a ways to go with that. But you can tell that they worked on the script the entire week in practice, and it's paying off for them.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Yeah.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Give them 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Brees now on first down. Completes it to
Thinking what they give him. And they're giving him a lot.
But not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they
want to
have
kick
been
him in the
planning
mouth
this
right
drive?
out the gate.
I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Caught on the left side by Ginn. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Brees to another long-time vet, Ginn, for the New Orleans first. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. They go screen. This is Ingram. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down. And so far, a very nice, methodical opening drive.
This has the feel of a scripted drive that they rehearsed perfectly all week long, and now they're executing it on game day.
Script looks good so far. Breeze now to throw. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure.
Man, did they win big time. And when you get 6 tackles for losses, 4 quarterback sacks, 2 turnovers, 1 for a touchdown, you're going to win a lot of games with defense and special teams. I was so impressed with Joe Burrow, his boy. He was under a lot of duress. And I think if there was anything disappointing, it was the play of the offensive line, which was erratic. But that was not a huge surprise to me.
And you're playing on the road,
listening and also
have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from
that
there.
wasn't going to be something
Going to be
that
key.
was
They didn't
going to
get
be
one there, but you
coming
get the
around real
feeling they
quick.
keep making plays like that. They might just get a
I
few.
thought Joe
Once you get one, defensive
the
teams
cucumber.
come in bunches.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball go free and brings up 4th down.
It's a really nice throw.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this
Coming up
situation,
big.
the defender is making
He
sure
had 3
he can hold
drops.
on to the football.
But listen, Coach Orgeron saw in it in a strong way that this had been a problem for this group, even leading up to the first game. Looking at this game and seeing it 33-3, the most ardent Tiger fan would have never in their wildest dreams, with 6 minutes left in the third quarter, said, this is what we watching here?
And Lutz's kick is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6.
No time until kickoff. Every one of those folks picked Miami. Supposed to tell you what, they thought about LSU at this point when they thought about Miami. Now, I'm sure Monday, some of them thought it was, well, Miami was disappointing. Well, the big thing is you got to give LSU and their coaching staff a lot of credit. They came to play after a kind of a rough road in the first quarter, especially on offense with a lot of miscues. Man, they hit.
Back here, this will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They'll be led out by a guy you could safely vet season out of Harvard.
He's one of those guys that's been a few times in the NFL, and at this stage in his career, what he lacks in big playability, he more than makes up for it in veteran leadership, a real knowledge of the game, and being a terrific locker room presence.
And a first carry here for Charles Sims. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. And we get a glance now at the Buccaneer offense.
And tight end O.J. Howard is just scratching the surface of his potential. Great combo tight end, can get downfield and make the big catches and the long gainers, but also can block at the point of attack.
Second down, Fitzpatrick. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They pick up, move this.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running backfield widen, he heads towards the flat first. Oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside. A nice pickup for a first down.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game. And he can break big plays like that. We've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
Yeah, I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders. And Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner in that one. I still remember seeing the looks of disbelief on the Giants sideline.
Sims. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hey.
And now a look at the Saints starting defense.
Gonna brew some of that coffee mellow joy.
He can play the run
Southern Louisiana style in this halftime.
The passer, and at times he'll run with a receiver downfield. You name it,
Oh,
Cam Jordan
height.
does it, and he does it with some flair.
Oh. Like a Sunday in the NFL.
Fitzpatrick now on second down. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And he'll go down at the 28. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back.
Game one.
They go play
Ain't no
action
bigger.
here on first down.
Big.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he slides to avoid the hit. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble.
And this
it's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Now they run with Sims. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
Again.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
Now Fitzpatrick out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a fourth down situation.
I like this. There, he got it done on his own, but let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of routing, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the second drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Go a little tennis on me.
I know you. You like to mix it up with sports.
Yeah. A forehand back out, and they get a backhand. What was the serve? What was the return on?
It was a backhand.
I like
and a really good backhand.
With some nice top spin on the whole thing. I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
And the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. We focus our attention here on the Saints offense as they come out. And last year, they were coming into 2017 with 3 straight 7-9 seasons. Well, they got it turned around. Won the NFC South at 11-5. Won a wild card game, and then we all know the story. Heartbreak in Minneapolis.
But it's one that won't break this team, I don't believe. I think it's actually something that they can use as fodder for the season, as something to build upon. And when you think of New Orleans, you naturally think of offense. You think of Drew Brees. You think of Alvin Kamara last year as a rookie, making the big plays. Mark Ingram running the football, throwing it to Mike Thomas out wide.
Patience.
But the key to this team continuing to get better remains on defense. And I think it was shown in the draft when they made the big move and drafted Marcus Davenport Out of UTSA, to rush the passer. They know they've got to win their division, which means slowing down some high-powered offenses in Tampa Bay, Carolina, and Atlanta.
Now Breeze. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. So 1/4 in the books of the
0-9.
NFL.
Offshore workers are among the most important members of the Gulf Coast workforce. When a person working offshore or on a vessel is injured, the effects on their family can be devastating. At the King Firm, we are proud to have experience with these types of cases and make it a priority to see that our clients receive just compensation and are treated fairly. If you've been injured, don't play the game of claims with the insurance companies.
Brandon Gaudin, it's Saints football to begin
And King,
2.
or
They've
888.
got a 3rd and inches coming up, trying to keep the chains moving. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Breeze going to try and throw on 3rd down. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they give it up just on their side of midfield. And, yeah, I mean, a surprising decision there to go for that.
Must have a lot of confidence in his defense. Must feel like, hey, we're in great shape here because our defense can hold them because they're really outside of field goal range now. All right, the opposite team. So if you hold them here, you haven't given up any points. You may give up a punt and you're pinned down a little bit, but must have thought it was an okay spot to go for it and decided to be aggressive. Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
And an alley to run. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason.
Thought it was going to be easy, New Orleans?
Show that he's right.
Come on, right quick.
One play action. Fitzpatrick. And he's going to be taken down. Back around the 35-yard line. Sheldon Rankins busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. It's the linebacker, Manti Te'o, on the stop.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
3rd and long for Ryan Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete.
Saves again. The Second Amendment sales tax holiday starts on September 7th. Goes to the 7th, 8th, and 9th this weekend. Let Mike Ward's pay for sales tax all weekend long. Mike Detillier is with us. All right, Mike D. The big talking point, obviously, over the last 24 hours or so has been the Saints waiving Boston Scott. Your reaction?
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough
I was
juice and
surprised
ambitious
with
effort,
Jonathan
but it's
Williams
well
and the
short. And this game will
Josh
remain
was
tied
Boston
here
Scott.
in quarter number 2.
I know there's a method to the madness here, and I know Sean has always spoke about I'm going to keep the best 53 for my squad to win. But you can't go into this game with just two running backs. That won't work. So they're going to have to make a maneuver somewhere, and Boston Scott has cleared waivers. So I would expect they'll sign him to the practice squad, and then they'll make another maneuver later in the week to bring back one of the running backs. But God, I think it does go to show the importance of Andrus Peat. It's not only your starting guard, it's your backup left tackle. You've got a lot of reserve offensive linemen, but they're all interior players. Will Clapp is a guard center. Cameron Tom is a center guard. Joshua Rippius is a guard center. And right now in his career, Jamon Bushrod is a guard.
Yeah. Well, he struggled, Mike. He struggled out of tackle in preseason.
Mightily. And so if you got to play him at tackle, you have to play him at right. So it's surprising. It really is surprising. But it goes to show a little bit about wanting to keep those really good interior players, but you don't have a quality guy that you could plug and play at one of the tackles. And it goes to show how valuable Cineo Calamanti was to the team, that you could move him around. At this stage, Matt, because of that lack of a tackle, having to make some jumps to the roster, so you bring back Gola. But again, the gamble seemingly has paid off in that you'd be able to bring back Boston Scott on your practice squad. But going into this game, you can't go into the game with two running backs.
Mike, I don't know if you have any insight into this. I want to talk to Saints Bucks here, but do you expect Pete to play? Do you know? And if not, what's the domino effect on this offense for Sunday?
I think Pete, again, with him, it's hard to tell if he's going to play or not. He's a guy that's got to feel just right to play. And that's just his personality and his persona as a player. There's no cutting around that. So he's valued, and he is a really, really good left guard. And again, his value too is, man, I got the Saints over the barrel here. If I'm Pete's negotiations, you don't have a backup left tackle. Somewhere along the line, you're going to have to cut that. But again, I think he'll play. I just listening to Pete, you can sort of hear he's leaning in that direction, but he doesn't know either. He really doesn't know either with Andrus. And again, in talking to people in the team, they kind of tell you he's one of the type of players that, fighting off that injury sometimes is difficult for him.
He's on Twitter at Mike Detillier. So for Saints Bucks this weekend, Mike, we're not going to see Jameis Winston, we're going to see Ryan Fitzpatrick. How does that change the Buccaneers offense?
Ryan is a dink and dunk guy. He likes the short intermediate game. Not one to really press the envelope, throwing it deep downfield. It's not something he does a lot of. And so I expect you'll see that. And him try to get an advantage using the tight end in Cameron Brace and in O.J. Howard. I think they feel as though they can win in that battle. And I just go back to last had against the Saints, ran right at them. And they gave up 4.5 yards to carry. So I look at this team, who knows what you got, but I do think you'll see a lot of Ronald Jones, Jaquez Rogers, Peyton Barber. I think they're going to try to run that thing. And also try to play a little small ball with them. You don't want to give the football back to Drew Brees with an opportunity, that he can put points on the board. Because I think the Bucs are really vulnerable in the secondary. I think their linebacking crew is outstanding. Excellent. They got some pretty good veteran edge rushers. And McCoy is who he is in the middle. But, boy, that secondary is going to give up a lot. So you get the itch to say, man, I want to throw it. But I think one of the things with Sean, he's always talked about this, is keeping that balance with the run and the pass. So I think the Bucs are going to try to come out and play a little small ball. Running the football, short passes to the tight end. And for the Saints, I think to be a lot of, hey, listen, set up the run with a passing game. Because I think the Bucs are vulnerable in the secondary.
Do you think not having Mark Ingram plays a big role in this ball game?
I don't know about this ball game. When they play Atlanta, I think it might be a big game that he's not playing. But I think the Saints will win this game and win it comfortably. The Saints have not won an opening game since 2013. And that, I know Sean knows what that means. Last year was the first time they beat the odds and lost the first two games and won double digits. Getting off to a fast start is important. They put a lot of effort in this first game against a team they know a lot about, and a team maybe that doesn't have good track right now, so to speak. Because you had a coach that was on the edge. They won some games last year late. Vincent's not there. A lot of turmoil. Tampa Bay with an itchy owner doesn't want to hear about rebuilding. And he was not patient with John Bruce. He was not patient with any coach that he's ever had. And I just think that, man, this is an opportunity for the Saints to jump on them and win this game, and I think they win it by double digits.
Hey, let me ask one more dumb question. We'll break. We'll come back. We'll talk some LSU Southeastern. We'll talk about tonight's ball game as well. Are the Bucs better with Ryan Fitzpatrick than they are with Jameis Winston?
I think right now they are. I think that there's a lot of reading into people who cover the team and guys that have been there. The uncertainty of James is a big question mark. I know one thing. I would really doubt serious back on this team next year. I think they've made up their mind that they're going to move on. So we know about Ryan. We know what he can do good and what he can't do. And I think they feel comfortable with that. He's got some talent out there receiving for him. You can't miss Evans. I mean, that type target guy. And Deshaun has got unbelievable football. So you've got some weapons. Now the thing is to be able to utilize those guys in full realm with Ryan. He's not a deep ball passer. I think they've had to tweak their offense, and they like what they have. The thing is, can they run the football? It has been a team that's had a lot of difficulty in setting up the running game. And I think that's something that Coach Turner is going to try to do against the Saints. Because he watched last year, and so the team had trouble at times stopping the run. You watch him preseason, which again is a mirage, but even when their first unit was on the field, they had difficulty. My thing is, I'm stopping the run and saying, okay, Ryan Fitzpatrick, if you're going to beat me throwing it, but you're not going to run this ball.
He's Mike Detillier, SaintsReport.com, MikeDetillier.com, and he's on Twitter at Mike Detillier. Mike joins us every Thursday here on AFR. Thursday shows are brought to you by Mike Ward's Liberty Safes, Airline Highway in Baton Rouge, and on the North Shore in Mandeville. We'll knock out a quick break. Mike hinted at his pick there, but we will get a Saints-Bucs pick before we're done. We'll come back. I think the outcome of the LSU sound.
This time they face a 3rd and 2. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Cameron Meredith as the first half is winding down. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
And 2K helmets.
On the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am, go ahead and tapping out the first half. There's still time. They've got to make a decision about
And chemistry, them two is only going to get better.
The return guy touch it.
Fuck out of here.
Will Lutz on for the point after. Lutz good on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. On the ground, the drive starts with Sims. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll check in for the first time with the newest member of our Madden family, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL.
In Baltimore. Games Houston and England. Traveling.
Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second
And as you
quarter.
can see, Chicago's biggest enemy.
Meanwhile, in our game, it's been as tight as we expected. All tied through one half of play. For the call of the second half, let's get it back to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Good, you can't make those kind of mistakes around here.
All right, Coach.
Bob Dewey, candidate for Greater Lafourche Port Commission, Seat G, Lady of the Sea General Hospital, State Bank and Trust Company, State Senator Gary Smith, Total Urgent Care, and Frank's Supermarket. Friday night football on 100.3 FM and 1600 AM KLEB.
The flagship station of the Colonel Sports Radio Network, ESPN New Orleans. After further review with Matt Moscona, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Presented by Mike Ward's Liberty Safes, with 2 locations in Baton Rouge and Mandeville. As always, remember, lock 'em up. This week in the NFL with Mike Detillier, brought to you by Darren James Real Estate Experts. Selling your home? Log on to sellwithdj.com or call 225-335-7666.
All right, we continue with Mike Detillier. We'll get to your questions here in about a little less than 15 minutes from right now, so you can tweet us at Matt Moscona at 1045 ESPN or in the huddle on the free 104.5 Baton Rouge app. Lots of ways to get your questions for Mike D. All right, Mike, I think we all can understand LSU and Southeastern, the result is a foregone conclusion. But for you, what are you most hoping to see, maybe each side of the ball? Let's start on offense.
Better play up front along the offensive line. Matt, I think that because you know who you're going to play a week from now.
Yeah.
That unit, man, they very similar to what LSU has in a lot of ways up front in that front seven. So I think better play just as a unit. You want to see that. The continual growth of Joe Burrow, certainly with getting more playing time, with more rapport with his receivers downfield. But I think most importantly for me is offensive line play. Because I think, again, when you're going to go up against an Auburn in a Mississippi State, in Georgia, and Alabama, you know what they got up front. And those mistakes are magnified when you play up against those type teams. So, but again, I think that's always something that early in the season, is a little shoddy for everybody. It's hit and miss. But I'd like to see better play up front. Defense, I think, is getting used to playing a team with a fast-paced offense. That's one of the things Greg Selfo, I think, will do. I think he'll come out and say, we got nothing to lose, guys. Let's go out there, quicken the pace, maybe try to catch them off guard. And we saw last year, at times, this football team had issues when they went up against a fast-paced offense. How well they adjust to that. And certainly, I think everybody wants to see, because I think it's major to lose Kalavion Chason. Listen, he's a special tiger out there on the field. There's just a handful of guys in college football that can rush the quarterback like Kalavion could. Watching what Andre Anthony brings to the table, what Ray Thornton will bring to we saw last year, Ray starting the last couple games. So I'm interested in that, and also the deep play, because that was something in this game that I think probably drove Corey Raymond, Dave Aranda, Bush up the wall. Come on, you're playing safety. You're the last line of defense. You cannot let the guy run past you. And so I think that's something that you'd want to see, how they adapt to a much quicker pace offense and playing the deep ball better at the safety position. I think when you look at the Miami game, those are the two things that, if you want to say were negative, that was one of them. I think offensive line play was, can't say a negative, but it was erratic. The deep ball play, he had a shot at an interception, went right through Grant's hands, and then on a couple of deep ones, you just let the guy get past you. You can't. Playing safety, you got to remember you're the last line of defense there. So those are the things to watch. And also, just as special teams continue to play at this very high level. And I'm telling you, if that's the case, I don't like to use the word steal a game, but you're going to win a couple of 3 games because your special team is better than someone else.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
I'm it up.
Fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
Hey! Blue 45!
Fitzpatrick on first down. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Scrimmage and taken down. It's Patrick Robinson there on the stop.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Again, they run with Sims. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. So he got 9 yards that time, but he needed 10, and it brings up 4th and 1.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own. But as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you. And if you take off too quick to try and get him down, He might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front seven can get him down.
Here's Brian Anger now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Now we'll see what Michael Thomas and the rest of the offense has in store here. And he is closing in on the 100-yard mark for the day.
And it appears that he loved the fact that they're going to play this game earlier. You know, daytime, he's out there running around, feeling good about himself. Whatever his prep was coming in, he was able to get out there quick and fire away.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 20. Breeze now on 1st down. And that is incomplete here. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And now it's 2nd down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Kendall Beckwith on the stop.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Ready. We're waiting.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep. And he fires one that's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And they'll set up shop right
That
near
is fucking
midfield
number. He
at
probably
the
studied tape
49-yard
all
line.
summer on him.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL.
Everybody talk about Breeze. That's the name on everybody's tongue. But who was talking about Hargraves?
And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
They'll run here with Sims. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable.
You think this fucking drive and this possession ain't critical? 3rd quarter has to surrender to the 4th quarter. This is just as big as the final 3 minutes of the fourth. Go.
They'll run it again with Sims. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Nobody's safe.
Well, so many times
Nobody on this roster is safe. Anybody could get cut.
Set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
On the sideline, hungry to be on the field. Everybody on that field got to get it. Eat.
On 3rd down, that's Sims. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Fucking beef, man. They think they're going to come in here and win.
Great play there.
They really believe in their mind that they can win.
You hear about the D tackles a lot. What's the role of the ends?
That whole thought process needs to be obliterated. They shouldn't believe that. Up to us to make them believe different. They're going to believe, all right.
Sometimes a tight end, they can't let themselves get a hook and let a running back get outside, because if they do that, that hurts the integrity of the defense overall.
My man, the encyclopedia. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right, and we will remain tied here in this 3rd quarter. So it's his 2nd miss of the game. They both hurt. This one especially so.
Yeah, you've got a chance to give your guys a second-half lead, and they're counting on you to put them in front. And I tell you, there's no one more disappointed than he is that he let his guys down.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week on our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. On second down, here's Breeze. And this will be incomplete. Brent Grimes, the former Pro Bowler, there on the coverage. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
The Saints on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Breeze. He hits his
What was that?
left side, Watson. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Gonna get sacked. Fucking around, gonna get sacked.
Breeze to throw for it on 4th. And that's complete. It's
Damn, Sean Payton like that.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up.
No risk, no reward, but come on.
For 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
When the offense
Put some faith in the defense. All right, let's go.
Tight ends know that they become a big
That's
part
tough.
of the passing game because
Prime it
it should
up.
be an easy
Prime it up.
outlet.
Prime it up.
Extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route,
Prime
so to
time.
speak.
First down carry. It's Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs.
Stop talking.
But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Mute the commentary, mute the speaker.
Again, it's Kamara. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain.
Good call, D. Good call. Good call.
Left with a 3rd and 8.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU.
Muscle memory. Let's go. Nothing.
It's Breeze. And Ginn's got it. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave
Hungry
your
for
zone.
your spot.
So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your
Better
other
not drop.
coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes,
Go to bag! Go to bag!
results in a big play.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way.
Don't want
He's
it.
kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
That's a man up
His
there.
way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Still talking?
Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Brent Grimes. And a big turnover there.
Ain't no
as his
motherfucking
guys will
18.
get the football back. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans.
5 to 10 years of dead skin on your face. It's an awesome affordable option. You buy one VIP, you get the second for free this month at the Aesthetic Medicine and Advantage Clinics in Louisiana. Guys,
What you think's gonna happen when you got the camera view on the side?
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Last time out,
the Aesthetic Medicine and Advantage Clinics in Louisiana, 753 or 753-1234. Okay, Mike D's with us. Final segment. We get to your question, Mike. Before we do that, you want to give a Saints Bucks pick?
And I got to say, that's one hell of a commercial you do, brother.
You what? That's fantastic. I appreciate that.
I'd rather
So I got to give you credit. I got to take this for a friend of mine. I don't know what happened to him as a kid, but he ended up being a Falcons fan. And he's financially really well off. But every year he sends me a bottle of Jack Daniel's Black Label at this time of the year. And God bless him for that. But he also sent me 2 Falcon shirts, which I would never wear.
Stay with him. Stay with him. Mother him. Stay with him.
Odd thing, Mike. One of my best friends growing up originally is from Connecticut. He's an Eagles fan, and he's the only one I know. And the other is a guy who's a bit of buddy of mine, second grade. He looks like Nick Foles, so someone bought him a number. He bought this.
They're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Back now here live in New Orleans. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Fine, fuck them.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering
Make them feel good.
Against them.
Feel it in their bones. They're going to be defeated. He just declares what cannot defend itself shall not be defended.
This is the rookie from USC, Ronald Jones, his first NFL carry. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring
in college.
Down.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
The Bucs on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Fitzpatrick. This is caught by Jackson. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Would he bet against Los?
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Fitzpatrick now to throw on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Man's got 70, all of 71 yards, and we felt every yard.
Congestion in the middle of the field makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like
Looks like he's got 200 yards.
Out of Orlando, Florida, an absolute mess. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
That's a problem.
Second down, looking to throw. Fitzpatrick.
Good. Good.
Oh, did he hang on to
Oh.
it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. A good pickup there, a 22.
I know retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm
out of
on the wrong
retirement
side of 32.
real soon.
You okay? You feeling all right?
I'll be all right.
Okay, good.
I just need some chocolate and a box of tissues. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with a running back. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. DeMario
The heat up.
There on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Second down, Fitzpatrick. Throw right side, caught
3rd
by
down.
Jay Howard. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
3rd
yards
down.
on the completion, but now they
Relevant.
face 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. They'll try and run for it with Jones. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead to fourth down.
Just put something in his ear.
This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe
let him know.
have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
So now Catanzaro comes on in a pressure spot. This to break our fourth quarter tie.
I can block this.
And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so.
But a lot more against Southeastern. I do think that's part of it. But early in that game, remember the first quarter, that was a bit racket.
Yep.
You know, that game was still a bit questioned. I think that's why you didn't see as many. But I think you'll see quite a bit in this game against Southeastern.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here.
Oh, Breeze, have some fun. Got a student, the more you master.
They rely more on the ground game here.
They may have to change things offensively to
gotta raise your
settle
student
things
level
down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the back
learn these. Still got their camera set like
trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 13 for number 13.
A game-winning drive.
Tell you what, he's been able
handle
to
this shit.
Some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They go play action here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. I want to go back to
I want to see catch those balls.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Out routes are always timing routes, and if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. Well, again, they'll throw with Breeze. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
What do you make of that?
Good route runner shows it there on third down.
That's the shit you look back on. This got to be a Super Bowl year.
Over the years in the NFL, the better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
It's got to be a year when shit like that happens.
So from Buccaneer territory now,
Believe
it's
it.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Oh, just believe it. Make them believe it.
On first down, Breeze. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. That's now 3 turnovers.
Not the fucking preseason. Stop practicing.
Earlier in the half, Charles, when I asked you for your keys to the second half, you said, hey, maybe try it, but it's going to be turnovers. That's been the story.
It certainly has, but I didn't expect it to be this much of the story. I mean, when you're getting up to 3, you're really putting your team in jeopardy.
And the drive begins here with Sims. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
Spirit in the defense. And the life being taken out of them by these constant interceptions.
That have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Cocksucker's already running the clock. World of fucking trouble.
Right back to him on first down. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
Wins are wins, the losses are losses.
Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. On second down, it's Jones. And they get him behind the line, so that short...
Where you going?
...down quickly negated. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
Run that shit. There you. Clock. Out of pass.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16.
Oh.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Here's Brian Anger now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense.
4 motherfucking interceptions.
Over the course of his career, can he pull off another fourth-quarter comeback?
And it's very strange, isn't it? Because when it's a player of this magnitude, even though the guys on defense have the lead and are sitting in the best spot, they're maybe the most nervous people in the stadium because they've seen this.
Brees don't run the ball.
Too many teams, they've got to find a way to shut him down.
Here we go again for the grizzled vet. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be
as long as it's going to be
Clock
fucking chiseled.
Here under 90 seconds to go. He's back to throw. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Oh, they dragging on you, Brees.
He'll look to throw.
No!
This is going to be incomplete. The former first-round pick, Vernon Hargreaves, the one who was there defensively. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
Back to throw. He's going to have his running back. It's complete.
Oh, more.
Just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Back to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying
What the fuck was you doing last night?
And that'll bring up second down. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh.
Got 3 defenders on him, and you gonna throw it that way?
I see you. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark.
Get
really
week 1 out the way, get the cheeks out the way. Let's go. I'm not ready.
Or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. Need to.
And Josh Hill has it. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
He gets in the red zone, he's going to throw an interception.
Catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize
Spoiler alert.
because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Chris Conti right there to break that one up. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation,
Got one time out.
Defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Breeze to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Now they're just trying to do anything possible to try and get the ball downfield and get into field goal range.
And with that clock dwindling, they felt the need to take a pretty big shot there. Unfortunately, couldn't complete it. The Saints on third down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here.
Yeah,
this is
big time down.
10. Here's Breeze to throw. Now a desperation throw deep. And, a crusher.
But throw them!
Intercepted. Picked up by M.J. Stewart. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
What the fuck I'm seeing?
The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know,
wow,
it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to
the Tampa Bay fans.
One more from Coach Selfo. I'm talking about preparing for LSU and coming to Baton Rouge this weekend.
Now, late game.
You're not going to get any superhuman strength to make some kind of great play on Saturday night because of the venue or the opponent or anything like that, or who's on television or not. None of that matters. It doesn't make a difference one way or the other. What matters is how well we practice and prepare, and that puts us in a position not only to play well on Saturday, but to grow as the season goes on and get better as the year goes on. So all of that stuff, sounds great, but it really doesn't matter in the long run.
Again, that's Frank Selfo, Southeastern head coach. We'll talk to Alan Waddell, who's a sideline reporter for the Lion Radio Network, in about 10 minutes from right now. We'll preview the game from that sideline. It's after further review. Glad to have you aboard with us. Something to keep an eye on tomorrow. The LSU Board of Supervisors is going to have their quarterly meeting.
And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season, we get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Buccaneers, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they'll return home next week to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.